Hello everybody and welcome to the show. Once again, I'm your host Jason McNeil. Now today on the show, I have to discuss a group of average Joes that I think have gotten screwed. Now how did they get screwed? Well, they work at Loblaws. And I know that we've talked about Loblaws on the show before, but they're in my bad books again, and I'll explain why. Because the union representing the workers at Loblaws during the recent negotiations, UFCW, I believe was siding with the company. Now, I don't know if that was for self-preservation purposes because they're afraid that they're just going to bail on us and find another union of workers to come in and, fill the void, or if it was just because they were getting money. I don't want to be that cynical, but here's what happened, okay? You had a situation that we discussed previously where the last contract, Loblaws had a name change, and the name change technically made it so that they could change contracts and they didn't have to come through with certain previous commitments and such. So now you have a new negotiation starting and you have a union that is basically instructing its reps to go back to the stores and say, listen, you guys don't understand what the ramifications are of voting no to the deal. You guys should vote yes to the deal. Now, if I'm a union representative and I'm talking to members of the union who pay for me to represent them, why am I telling them you don't understand the ramifications of this and you should vote that? I'm telling you that the deal you don't like is the best you're going to get and you should suck it up. That does not sound appropriate. Now, some of you might think I'm being a little, I'm going overboard or I'm sort of dressing it up a little. This is what I was hearing. Now, they voted no and they were supposed to start a strike, right? They voted no, we don't want this deal, let's go on strike. But before the strike could even happen, they say, okay, no, wait, we're back in. We're going to talk. Now, they're speaking, the union and Loblaws are speaking now with the Ontario government moderating it and calling for a publication ban. So while they're talking, I don't get to hear anything about what's going on. Now, why is the government putting a publication ban on negotiations between employees and a company? What business is it of the government's? Here's the thing. PC, President's Choice, was a lead sponsor for the Pan Am Games. PC doesn't need the bad publicity. Loblaws doesn't need the bad publicity, right? Loblaws in March announced they were opening 52 stores, right? So we got these people that will be creating jobs and all this. So I believe the government is protecting Loblaws because they know these negotiations are a scam and it's a sham and it's nonsense and the unions, the workers are going to get screwed. So they say, okay, publication ban. So we come out of this whole thing and Loblaws gets the deal they want. Now let me tell you what they did. Basically they took the first deal that the union members said no to and they said, well, we'll give you signing bonuses. So upfront money, right? But down the road, the deal's not quite as nice as the one that you just rejected. But here's the $350 up front, or here's the $400 up front. They're trying to bribe you into signing this deal, which, by the way, was a 6-year deal, which is kind of unheard of in the grocery industry, right? Usually 3-year deals. But now it's a 6, you signed in for 6 years. But again, nobody hears about this because there's a publication ban and nobody needs to know. But the workers are getting screwed. The union's here, and the company's here, and the government's here, and the workers are over here. That's not right. That's not appropriate. That's not how it's supposed to go down. So, I don't know. You might not be concerned about things like this, and I know the word union, people immediately, they get their backs up, right? There's a difference between private sector and public sector. These are private sector unions. They don't have any teeth. Maybe it was because they're trying to just preserve themselves. But they were screwing the workers, and the workers got screwed. And when they got the deal, when Loblaws got the deal they want, what did they announce recently? We'll be closing 50 stores because we have some unprofitable stores, right? In the same announcement, they told you that their second quarter earnings were up 2.2% from last year. They're a profitable company. They're making more money than they made last year. They're still cutting jobs. They're still closing down the stores. They don't care, right? Now, I understand the idea of this, great Canadian company that gives a crap about its workers. Maybe it's a lost cause. Maybe it's something from the past that doesn't exist anymore. But I have seen Loblaws steadily moving towards becoming a Walmart Americanized mentality and steadily getting less and less and less concerned about the conditions and situations of their workers. And as a Canadian, as someone who wants to support Canadian companies, it's making me feel sick to my stomach a little bit. I got to tell you. I don't know that I'm at the point where I'm going to boycott yet because no frills, it's no frills, right? But seriously, I'm considering thinking about where I'm going to shop from now on because it's just ridiculous. Anyway, that's my opinion. I'd love to know how you feel. So feel free to email me, averagejoe@cupofjoecanada.com, or you can hit us on the Twitter for all the updates and all the latest news, views, and things that amuse. It's @cupofjoecanada.